Hello, God bless you. It's great to be with you today. I hope you stayed connected over the week. Keep watching my videos, keep sharing. By sharing, it will also help to transform people's lives all over the world. Follow me on Instagram at Querycolanda, Facebook page Querycolanda, and also on Twitter at Paulo Query, and stay fully connected. Be inspired, be encouraged. Thank you for being part of my YouTube channel, and I really appreciate it. Now, today, I want to talk to you about your appointed time is coming. But first, I would wish to start by telling you of an inspiring story of a woman by the name Jane. In just 2 months after her wedding, things didn't go well for her. Her husband began to hate her so much and could not even greet her, didn't show any love and care to her as required. Now, this kept on going for a long time, and sometimes Jane could prepare a food for her husband, but her husband could neither eat the food nor share the table with her. Until one day, they both woke up, still no greetings, no talking to each other. Jane only had this heartbreaking message from her husband. Here is what he told her, that, you know what, Jane, from today, just pack everything that belongs to you and leave my house immediately. Jane tried to plead with him, with her husband, to say sorry or to ask for forgiveness if in case she wronged him, but the husband didn't want to hear any word from him or from her again. So Jane just decided to pack everything as he was told. He packed everything that belonged to her, and she left for home to go and stay with her parents. Just a few days later, her parents, relatives, and also friends encouraged her, tried to advise her not to do anything wrong, or not to pay evil for evil, but just trust in the Lord. At His own time, God will show up for her. So Jane didn't do anything wrong. He just kept waiting for the Lord while praying. Now, in just 2 months later, God showed up. At the appointed time, God gave Jane the husband, the good husband who accepted her for whom she was, and treated her with care, love, and they were also blessed with a baby, and they lived very happily. Some years later, the husband who divorced her looked for her, searched for her everywhere to beg for forgiveness, so that Jane could return home. But it was now too late because Jane had moved on. Now you see, the husband who divorced her would have thought that Jane will not move on, Jane will not get a new husband, a good husband. But we have a God in heaven who sees you in the lonely nights, who stands up for you when everyone is against you. When everyone tries to pull you down, to downgrade you, God stands up for you. And when He stands up for you, no one can stand against you. Now, everything happens for a reason, and that reason changes a person. Jane trusted in God. Even after the divorce, he trusted in God. He didn't do anything wrong, and God gave him the right husband she deserved. Now, at the appointed time, she received a new husband, a good husband. God said in Isaiah chapter 60, verse 22, that when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. God didn't say that when tomorrow comes, when next week comes, next month, next year. No, He only said when the right time comes. We never know when. God never tells us the exact date or the exact day. But what we know, that at the appointed time, as He promised, He will bring it to pass. He will make it happen. What you need to do is to hope in Him, trust in Him, and He will make it happen. Habakkuk, after he had prayed to the Lord, he stationed himself on top of a watchtower and waited patiently for God's reply. And finally, the reply came. chapter 2 of the book of Habakkuk, verse 3, God said to him that, "For the revelation awaits an appointed time. It speaks of the end and will not prove false. Though it linger, wait for it, it will certainly come and will not delay." Habakkuk trusted in God even though the prayer took so long to come. He didn't give up, he didn't do anything wrong, just trusted in God, and God answered him. The reply came. As we moved further to chapter 3, Habakkuk said something which is very inspiring. Just after he had received the answer, he said something which is very inspiring in chapter 3, verse 17 to 18. Habakkuk said that even though the fig tree does not blossom and no grapes on the vine, even though the olive crops may fail and the field produces no food, even though there are no sheep in the pen and no cattle in the stones, yet I will rejoice in the Lord, the God of my salvation. You see the confidence in Habakkuk. I like this. I like this confidence in Habakkuk. He waited patiently. He trusted in God even though the prayer took so long to come. He kept on worshiping God. He prayed. He praised the Lord, and the answer came. There is power in praising God even in the midst of perplexity. You just need hope in Him, and at His own perfect time, He will bring it to pass as He promised. God cannot put a promise in you and fail to fulfill it. If you keep doing the right thing, God will show up at the right time and He will bring it to pass. Whatever thing you have been hoping to get in life, breakthrough, husband, wife, promotion, it will come at the appointed time. Just because it has not come yet does not mean that it won't come. Just wait for your appointed time and God will answer your prayer. Just do the right thing. Also, in Genesis chapter 18, Sarah was past the age of childbearing when the Lord appeared to Abraham and talked to him about Sarah, telling him that his wife Sarah will bear a son. Abraham himself could not believe this. As they were talking, Sarah was standing just close to the tent, to the entrance of the tent where they were. And Sarah heard this and laughed and began to say to herself that, how will this be possible? Yet I am worn out and my husband is old. God heard this. God heard Sarah laughing, and he asked Abraham that, why did Sarah laugh when and say to herself that, how will this happen? Yet my husband is old and I'm also worn out. God said, is there anything too hard for me? There's nothing impossible with God. If you hope in Him, if you keep doing the right thing at the right time that He promised, He will give you whatever you have been praying for. God showed up at the correct time as He promised Abraham and Sarah, and God blessed them with the baby whom they named Isaac. You can also do like they did. Just hope in the Lord, trust in Him. Don't complain too much even when things are not okay. Just trust in God. At His own time, God will show up and He will give you whatever you have been hoping to get. But if you give up, if you lose hope, if you start complaining too much, sometimes, but we have a good God. We have an awesome God. God does not give up on us because we complain too much or because we doubt Him. He cannot give up on us. He does not disqualify us because of the mistakes. If God or sometimes if it was a human being, if it were a human being, God could have told Sarah then, it's okay, Sarah, if you are doubtful, if you don't believe in my words, then let me look for another woman whom I can give my promise to. But God didn't give up on Sarah, and He waited for an appointed time which he had already set in place, and He blessed them with the baby. He does not disqualify you because of the too many mistakes you make. He said in Colossians chapter 1 verse 22 that He has already declared you blameless, without fault, and holy. Now you just need to hope in Him, and do not continue to live in regrets or on the past mistake. Worry too much on the mistakes you did in the past. Just hope in the Lord. At His own time, He will make it happen. When Jesus Christ and His disciples were invited to a wedding at Cana in Galilee, in the book of John chapter 2, His mother was also there. When they arrived, Jesus' mother told him that these people have run out of wine. And now the mother, Mary, was expecting Jesus Christ could perform some miracle or to do something so that the ceremony could keep on going. You see, Jesus Christ had not done anything yet, but the mother had already seen the greatness in him, the possibilities in him, the wonders he can do. If only you can trust in the Lord, even when it has not come yet, even when your appointed time has not come, how far do you think you can really go? How much blessing do you think God can rain into your life? Now, when Mary told Jesus this, that these people have run out of wine, Jesus simply told him that my time has not come yet. So Mary told the servants that just do exactly what he tells you to do. So in just a few moments later, Jesus instructed these servants to fill the jars with water, and they did the same. They filled it to the brim, and they took this water. They took it to their master, the water which had now turned into wine. And this is the first miracle Jesus performed. Now, Jesus said, Jesus moved from my time has not yet come to my time is here. Now, you can also trust in God and wait for your appointed time. At His own time, God will make it happen as He promised. He is not a human being that He can lie. No. Yes, do the right thing, and at the correct time, God will bring you a breakthrough. God will give you a promotion. God will give you a new spouse. God will give you everything you have been hoping to get in life. But at His own time. Even when things are not okay, trust in the Lord. Do like Habakkuk did. Even sometimes you may plow your farm, sometimes you may plant some crops, but sometimes there's no rain, there's drought. But are you going to give up farming, or are you going to quit plowing your farm or growing crops just because there's no rain or because things are not working out? Are you going to stop trusting God because He didn't bring the rain so that your farm produce may grow? Or are you going to lose hope in God? Are you going to stop trusting in Him because all the animals in your stalls die? No, just hope in Him. At the correct time, God will show up and He will make it happen. Believe in Him even when things are not okay. Just because you have not seen it yet does not mean it won't come. God only wants to progress you. God only wants to see if you can trust in Him or you can change and trust your fellow human beings and follow the shortcuts. The Bible says that cursed is the person who trusts in a man. Yes, but now when we hope in the Lord, even when things are not working out, when we trust in Him, even when prayer has not been answered, then God will what the Lord will do into your life will not only be ordinary, it will be extraordinary. It will be something big. We serve a big God, and when He put a promise in you, He will fulfill it. He will bring it. He will do it in a big way. That even people who are against you, those people who thought you could not make it, they will be amazed. They will be shocked to see how God has promoted you, how God has rewarded you for being patient. One day a day will come when you will thank yourself for not giving up. You will thank yourself for the patience. You will thank yourself for having not for not giving up, and God will surely bless you. If you do this, if you keep waiting for Him patiently while praying, trusting in Him, I do and declare to you, I do here declare to you that your life will not remain the same again. In Jesus' name. If you are if you are inspired by this video, give it a thumb. You can also give your comment at the comment section, and also subscribe if you have not done so. Share this video to your friends. Let us help to impact people's lives all over the world. And I hope to meet you in the next video. God bless you.